allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. It's God's side and the other side. Country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, overcame it and look like Mr. Potato Head.
I didn't want to be a movie star.
No, you couldn't be a movie star. Ricky Smiley can't act, cause Ricky Smiley can't act. Why is he in a dress again? He didn't be wanting to Barbie, and you gotta tell him no. Sid ain't got no special, you remember? Eve ain't got no special, you remember? Ricky ain't got no special, you remember? Sir, I have 12 comedy specials. P. Diddy or whoever you is, TGJ, 20 of them. I won't stop burning you down until there ain't nothing left. Rubble on top of rubble, and I'll still be bombing. Look like a wall, Richard. Look like a wall. Look like a wall.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamin. So as you're coming in, okay, Christopher said Mike acting up. You know he was, honey, and I was loving those pants. Okay, so as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and like the video, subscribe. Please also double check to make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel in case you have been unsubscribed. All right, with that all been said, before we get into it, we're going to have a brief word from our sponsor at 12 Tribes. But let me shout out everybody who's here first. We have Miss Sheila, Nessie X is in the house. All hell no, Juju B is here. Terry Hitton. All right, let's get into it. Everybody hit that like button. Nessa G is here. All right. Okay, so that I've been saying, hey, Sheila. Reggie's in the house. All right. Lillian X, Truth Brown, Claudette, Desmond. All right, Sharon is here. Sheila, my aunt Egypt, Nubian Cutie, Gwendolyn. All right. Okay, Christopher Perkins is here. So shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. Let's get this party started, honey. I know y'all have been waiting because I told y'all I would be here between 5 and 6, but y'all know how it gets. Hey, Truth Brown. Okay. Gwendolyn is here. Okay, so that all been said. Hadassah is in the house. All right, OG Patrice, nefarious self. Okay, so let's have a brief word from my sponsor, and then we're going to get into the minutes that I have to give first, and then we'll start with the regular commentary. All right, hey, Deronda. Okay, here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes oil for your hair at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so let me just bring that down for a second, honey. All right, so let's get into it, honey. Let me tell y'all the bad news, okay? Listen, I'm not really in a good mood today. I wanted to come on here and have some laughs and snickles with you all and chuckle a bit, but I'm really in a downtrodden mood. I really kind of feel sort of forlorn. So hopefully by the end of this live, y'all can help lift the Queen's spirits because I'm really going through something right here. You see, today, I really hate to be sharing my business with y'all because I know how y'all do when y'all get mad at somebody, y'all come back and start talking trash and use whatever they told you against them just to be nefarious. Hold on, let me look for my thing to clean off my spectacles in case I need them. So with that all been said, I'm really feeling really sad. TC Dan said, who did it, Queen? I'm going to tell you all, please don't laugh anybody. And I'm serious. If anybody laughs, I swear, I'm going to kick you out of the chat and ban you from the channel. If anybody puts one laughing emoji in the chat, because this is serious business. And I'm really hurt to my heart about the hell you've having to do this. But the bottom is, you guys, first of all, Nessie X, so it's okay, Queen. We won. Okay, I don't believe y'all. I don't believe y'all, Nessie X, especially you. I especially don't believe you, Nessie X and OG Patrice. I don't believe you all, but I'm going to say this. Just remember, if you laugh, I'm going to kick you out of here and ban you permanently. So today I had to break up with one of my side dudes. So now all I have left is my husband and 50 Cent. But my other boyfriend, I had to kick him to the curb because I caught him doing something so nefarious, okay? I found out that he did something real shady and sketchy. And it's just, Nubian Q said, not me, Queen. Okay, thank you, beloved. Okay. Truth Brown said, I'm going to leave the room. Don't leave, beloved. But here's the thing. I had to break up with him because y'all won't believe what he did. Do y'all want to see it? Because I have video. Like, he can't even lie about it. I literally have the footage. Once in the chat if y'all want me to play the footage. Songwriter Sonny said it's spring fling season. Anybody want to see the footage of what this Negro did? Because this is all jacked up. Y'all want to see it? Okay. Hold on, guys. Should I show y'all this or not? I know this is going to come back to haunt me, especially because Khalid Herleem is in here, and so is Edward, but I know they're going to go in. Okay, y'all are putting ones just because y'all nosy as hell. Y'all really don't care about my feelings, and I think this is going to go wrong, but nonetheless, so first of all, hold on. Let me just figure out how I'm going to do this. Okay, so before I play the footage, I'm going to play some music in the background because there was music in the background when I caught him doing this. And so I have to mute the sound, but I want you all to get the full effect of what this Negro did. It's just real shady and sketchy. Hold on. Let me see which one these songs are. Haters on the corner. Yeah, I think I'll play that. Let me see. Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haters on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down.
Okay, here we go, guys. Please do not laugh. I'm asking y'all for the last time. Are y'all sure? Miss Peach said, are you serious? I'm very serious, okay? Chris Christopher said, put the Negro on blast. Okay, y'all, I'm going to show y'all this. Please don't laugh. It's not even funny anyway. Hold on.
I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity seems louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud.
Nope. It's a no for me. It is a no for me. First of all, I'm gonna need somebody to explain what in the hell was Omarion thinking. Now, did Omarion go get a boob job or something? Like, what the hell? This is the Omarion that I used to love. Black Jesus. Y'all remember I told y'all before? Omarion, what happened to your chastities? Omarion done going out here and got a chest job, apparently got breast implants or something. I don't know, but that's not what I'm used to seeing. Black Pearl Inc. said bro got breastises. Okay, what's really going on here? Anyway, the word on the curb is this whole tour is just trash. Everybody's clowning them. Okay, I don't even know who that was on stage. That couldn't have been Omarion. I'm sorry, that was not Black Jesus. Who the hell was that? Hold on, Reggie said he lost his snap. It's probably the weight gain. No. Bill Preacher said, can we laugh now? Let me tell y'all something. Here's the thing. He doesn't look like he gained that much weight for those boobs to be looking like that. So I have questions. But what I'm thinking, Sierra said, yes, I heard. Hold on, it was terrible. They said Omarion was the worst. Damn. Oh, Timothy said, I used to love me some Omarion. Honey, I did too. Okay, I told y'all before, that was Black Jesus about 2 or 3 years ago. I told y'all. But now, Omarion, why? Lillian said, man boobs, okay? Honey, y'all can laugh all you want because I'm really like disgusted at Omarion. What in the world is he doing? But you know what I think that comes from? Listen, men who are not overweight, who have those man boobs. Now, sometimes it could be a medical condition. It could also be some medication that they're taking, which I don't think that's the case with Omarion. But at the end of the day, it also comes from consuming too much alcohol. Okay, so fellas, if you're in the habit of drinking every night or going out and you think you're casually drinking every time you go out every weekend and you're just drinking and drinking, you can look like that, okay? Because that's where that comes from. I don't know if that's where Omarion's came from, but that's one of the symptoms. That's one of the side effects of drinking a lot of alcohol. Look it up. Okay, it's a hot mess. Omarion, I'm not even attracted to that. I don't want any man with boobs bigger than mine. That's all crazy. Sharon said weed boobs. Who ever heard of weed boobs? So anyway, that all been said, okay? Songwriter Sonny said tipsy titties. Oh hell no, said boobalicious. Y'all are terrible. Anyway, with that I've been said, serious business. Let's talk about Diddy. Okay, let's give a brief look at Reggie. Noah said blowing smoke. Okay, now listen. Now, we talked about Diddy earlier. Y'all know Diddy had that hearing. The judge shut him down. It was like, no, you're not getting a 2-month extension. We gave you 2 weeks. That's all you're going to get. Okay, you've already hired a dream team. You've got all these new attorneys. Now, let's think about it. He's got Mark Garagos that recently just added and came onto the team. Then you got Brian Steele, who already applied for Pro Hoc Vice. So he's on the team. And then we already had Tini Garagos, Mark Garagos' daughter, and then Mark Agnifilo. And then let's not forget Alexandra Shapiro. Okay, so I think, is that all of his attorneys? He's got a bunch of attorneys that are all very good attorneys and high profile cases is what they're in fact used to dealing with. So no, Diddy is just trying to play games at this point, according to the judge. Now, here's what they reported. Gray-haired Sean Diddy Combs loses bid to delay May S trafficking trial. A Manhattan judge on Friday shot down increasingly gray-haired Why are they talking about Diddy so bad? Increasingly gray-haired Sean Diddy Combs' bid to delay the S trafficking by 2 months. The jailed music mogul had asked for opening statements in this closely watched case to be pushed back until July so that he could have more time to chase down evidence to use in his defense. But Judge Subramaniam denied the request, noting that the 55-year-old music mogul has plenty of resources to properly prep for his May trial, including attorneys from 4 defense teams. And that's no lie. It's unclear why there isn't sufficient time to prepare. This is what he said during a 2-hour hearing in a Manhattan federal court. The judge also ruled that 3 of Combs' alleged victims in his bombshell indictment will be allowed to testify at the trial using pseudonyms. So we're not even going to know who these people are. We're not even going to know who these people are. Those witnesses will take the stand alongside Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, whose sources familiar with the case have confirmed to the Post has agreed to testify using a real name. Now, Combs sat calmly at the defense table Friday in the jail-issued outfit, the tan jail-issued outfit, sporting a goatee that has grown increasingly more gray in the months since his September 2024 arrest. He's being held without bail. Okay, we already know about all that. We're inmates. Listen, this they are so shady. It's the shade of it all. And this is the New York Post, by the way. He's being held without bail at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, where inmates are not allowed to use hair dye. Clearly, okay, we already know that. Now, the Harlem-born I'll Be Missing You rapper is charged with leading his Bad Boy Records label as a criminal enterprise. Okay, so anyway, the word on the curb for Diddy is no. All right, so with that all being said, a couple of more things I want to touch on before we get into Jaguar dragging Shaun Attwood for complete filth and Madgie, aka Wig 3. But I want to talk about the Metcalf family because it's been reported that they have been swatted. Now, I don't know who would swat them, but it says Austin Metcalf's family targeted by swatting call on Thursday, according to Frisco police. This sounds a little sketchy to me. I don't know why anyone would want to attack them. Okay, please pay attention. Now, police, they go on to say that police later described the call as swatting because they say Frisco police were called to the home of 17-year-old stabbing victim Austin Metcalf on Thursday. Metcalf was stabbed. We already know all that part. Okay, so they say the Frisco police were called for a gunshot at the Metcalf family's home on Thursday. Police say officers responded to the home, but then determined there was no shooting. Frisco PD called the incident swatting, which is when a false report is made to law enforcement to prompt an emergency response. This is at least the second time the Metcalfs have been subject to a swatting incident. Okay, Frisco police said it also happened on April the 8th. Okay. Anyone with information, they said the police said don't know who it is, don't have any information about the caller. So I guess if anybody knows, they should tell. Okay, and then they say the family of 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony spoke publicly for the first time since the stabbing on Thursday. Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, was at a news conference, but the Dallas Police Department arrived around 11:40 a.m. and asked him to leave. He walked out of the area with them. Jeff Metcalf told Fox News 4's Casey Stengel that he wanted to hear what they had to say and did not have any plans to make a statement. Dominique Alexander opened the press conference by addressing the fact that Metcalf was in attendance waiting for the news conference to begin. Okay, so now what do you all think about that? What do you all think about him showing up at the press conference? How do you all feel about that? Do you all think that he was out of pocket, that he shouldn't have done it? What do y'all have to say about that? What do y'all have to say about that? Do y'all think that he should not have gone there, that he was trying to be a bully, came there to intimidate? What do you all think? Songwriter Sonny said Diddy, the brand, isn't of a gray-haired man, so he's already losing his own brand by not being able to achieve the proper aesthetic. Oh, okay. Okay, so above all that drama said way out of pocket. Nessa G said bullying. Panther Strike said he should have gotten his butt kicked. Shouldn't have gone there. Okay, I don't think violence is the answer, but okay. Aubrey said, I don't think he should be there. Okay, RNSER, or is that sir, said privilege. Okay, Claudette said doing too much. Nessa X said he He should have been there. You say he should have been there. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He maybe was doing too much, but here's the thing. I'm not sure why he went. I honestly don't have a clue. But what I do know is that, hold on, let me pull up something real quick, beloveds. What I do know is that at the end of the day, I thought about something, and I'm going to show you all what I thought about. Yeah, I don't think it was a good idea for him to go, because even if he didn't have any bad intentions, those people are not going to know that. They've been harassed. They've been bullied. They've been threatened. They've had a lot of issues, people telling lies on them and all of that, calling their son a cold-blooded killer. And so with that all being said, due to the hostile environment or the hostile situation surrounding, the hostile energy surrounding the case, so to speak, I don't think it was a good idea for him to go. But then here's what I thought about, though, also. You know, I was thinking about how myself included and many others have been going in. We have gone in on the father, but nobody really went in on the mother. Nobody really went in on the mother. Do you all think that maybe people should have the same energy for her? One's in the chat if you think people should have the same energy for the mother, because, you know, we've been going in on the father about the SA charge and all that stuff and whatnot, and how he probably wasn't there to raise the kids, and maybe that's why, you know, things didn't go good or whatever. But do you all think that we should be blaming the mother? Okay, so people are putting yes, so I would imagine that you all agree. But let me show you all something, because here is what I forgot. And you all clearly forgot this too. This is one thing that I saw that made me at least think that maybe we should have looked at it from another point of view. And maybe we should have looked at it from another point of view, because here's why. Hold on, I'm uploading something. I'm uploading this video. Hold on. Okay, so while that's uploading, I want to show you all this. I showed you all this video yesterday. So we're going to go to this video again, and I want you all to pay attention to something that was said in this video. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. I want to move through this quickly so we can get to the scoop. Okay, with Jaguar going in on Shaun Attwood, honey, all nefarious. Hold on. I think it's right around here. Now, if you all remember yesterday on my video, I pointed out to you how when the news reporter referred to Mr. Metcalf, Jeff Metcalf, as the husband, and the mother was about to say something, and then her son like shushed her, because I guess he didn't want her to tell that, oh, don't say that he's not your husband or whatever. But pay attention to why the reporter brought that up. Listen to this.
24 hours. And it was remarkable to me that I heard your husband say within hours of this that he forgave this other young man, and he got there so quickly. And I honestly don't know that I could. And I just want to see, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong place to be, especially as quickly as this has happened. Megan, how do you feel on that front today?
I am not like their dad. I am so angry at that boy.
Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. Okay, let's go over this. TC Dan said, I probably shouldn't even say this, but why do all these nefarious folks wear crosses around their necks? Okay, I didn't even notice that, Dan, but thanks for pointing it out. Vince I Am said in the Queen's voice, say, what now? Exactly. Okay, so here's the thing. Truth Brown said she's not even damn crying. Reggie said, oh, that's why they would want to shut that down. Here's the thing. No, y'all are missing the point. Yeah, she said that boy. She did call him that boy, but we're not talking about her. Now I'm going to go back, and I want y'all to listen one more time to see if y'all catch what I caught. Now I'm going to play this one more again. I'm going to rewind it. Now listen to the reporter, not the parent, not the mom or the son. Listen to what the reporter says.
Hours of this, that he forgave this other young man, and he got there so quickly. And I honestly don't know that I could. And I just want to see, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong place to be, especially as quickly as this has happened. Megan, how do you feel?
Now, did y'all hear that? Did y'all catch it this time? She said no. But what did he say about the father? He said he talked to the father within 24 hours. Please pay attention. He talked to the father within 24 hours of the incident, and the father said he forgave him. The mother said she could not. The man said he didn't even know if he could. Okay? Now, why is that important? I'm going to tell you why that's important. Because here's what I can tell you. From situations where there has been a problem between people who look like me and people who don't look like me, they are very unforgiving to us, but always want us to be forgiving to them. They'll be like, well, I apologize. So I said, I'm sorry. As if you're obligated to accept the apology. The thing is, the father stated that he forgave Carmelo. This was in 24 hours of the incident. Okay? So Juju said, forgive who? Juju, are you even listening? He said he forgave Carmelo. Now, here's the question. Yes, thank you, Noah. The mom is the real problem. Exactly. You know why the mom's the real problem? I want you all to pay attention. Y'all are just, this is going over your heads. I need you all to do me a favor and take your emotions out of this. Facts over feelings. Let's think logically, like I always implore you to do. We're not talking about or caring about what everybody else is saying. We're going to go by the facts. Now, this man said that he forgave Carmelo. The mother said she could not. I'm so angry at that boy. Well, I can't blame her for being angry. That's her child. He's dead. Okay? He's dead. But here's the thing. What have I always told you all? And I find this ironic that I said what I said, because in the beginning, I said the father was the problem for not being in the home. The mother is the problem. Because what have I told you about people like her? The mothers are Karen. And Karens are the mothers of wanton supremacy. They are the mothers of wanton supremacy. And why is that? Because the mothers are the first teachers. The mothers are the first teachers. And who do boys have a tighter bond with, the mother or the fathers? You already know it's the mothers. So the fact that the mother is not accepting any accountability for her son's actions, she knew that her son was a bully. She knew it. The father knew it too. And that's why the father was able to forgive, because he probably knows that his son instigated it, just like it's been said. With that all being said, maybe they shouldn't have made him leave if he wasn't being disruptive. You know what I would like to have seen? Because I'm going to tell you something. I want you all to pay attention, because this is going somewhere. I'm going to need y'all to listen. And remember, you heard it here first, because I promise you, this whole thing has started. We already have a divided country. We already know it's us against them and all of that. But it has been said, and I have said it myself, some of you all have said it, that with Trump's administration, we wouldn't be surprised if there's a civil war. But I said if there is a civil war, we won't be involved. We don't have anything to do with it. But when you start something like this and you stoke racial tensions, that can be a big part of it to try to drag us into it. And I want you all to pay attention, because here's the thing. When I mentioned those other cases, like the cases with Nikita Kasich, okay, and the other young man who took the life of Joe Ramirez. And then we talked about other cases. Now, I told you all about that. But here's the thing. You see what these people do, the media included, because the media is all a big part of this. Okay, they put different information out there. They lie. You know, sometimes the media flat out lies, makes up stuff. They spread rumors that they know aren't true just to stoke racial tensions and divide because they love to see it. Okay, it makes for good reporting when they have all these stories to talk about. And they know there's a whole lot of hateful people in this country. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, the mother doesn't want to accept any accountability for her son. She's angry at Carmelo. I'm so angry at that boy. I would be angry at the situation. I might even be angry with the person who did it if that had been, you know, if I had to deal with that. But the bottom line is people know their children. And if you know that your child is a bully, if you know that your child likes to start stuff or escalate or provoke people, then you should have taught your child better. You should have had talks with them and all of that. And I think, like I said, that the father basically was able to forgive because he probably knows his son started that crap. Now, of course, when he came out in the first place, he was like, well, who raised him? What kind of parents raised him or whatever? But then maybe after he calmed down, that's when he said, okay, I can forgive him. Because I will tell you right now, these people do not forgive us, but they want us to be forgiven. Karen, if the shoe were on the other foot, she'd think that her apologizing, her son apologizing would be good enough. And I'm going to tell you another thing too. That boy right there, Hunter, needs to be in jail. He should have been arrested too, because you know why? He was involved in it. How do you know? Because he said it himself. He said, we had a little altercation. That's what he said. Now, we all know that the rule of the law is if you're involved in the commission of a felony and someone loses their life, you are supposed to be held responsible. He is just as responsible for the death of his brother as Carmelo. Y'all don't see that. But the police covered for him. They're acting like he didn't have nothing to do with it, but we know that he did. And I bet you when that video comes out, it's going to prove it. When that video comes out, it's going to prove it. The mother's going to sit there and keep lying. She knows her son's lying. The son's already changed the story. Okay, he's already said different things. Okay, period. So with that all being said, he's sitting there trying to put the whole blame, the whole weight of the situation on Carmelo. Oh, he was talking trash. My brother asked him to leave because the coaches told us to do that because people be stealing, da-da-da. That's not why your brother asked him to move. Your brother, according to reports from people who were there, okay, said that he wanted Carmelo to get up so he could sit there. And maybe he felt like he had all rights to tell him to get up so he could sit there because it was his school's tent. That's probably how he was thinking. And because, hey, I'm white and I say so. It's how some people feel. So with that all being said, the mother and the brother, in my opinion, are really sitting up her line and trying to push a whole narrative. And what would have been nice is if when the father came there, if maybe they could have spoken to each other and both had some type of conversation. What do y'all think? Yeah, he was definitely being a bully. Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. If they could just imagine if the mother and father, or I'm sorry, Carmelo's family and the father there, if they could have spoken, because they probably didn't even know. They may still not know, I don't know, but they probably didn't even know that the man said he forgave Carmelo. I think if they knew that that man said he forgave Carmelo, they may not have been abrasive when they saw him there. Okay? So he nor his brother wanted to sit there shaking my head, said Alcaraz. Yeah, they just wanted him out. Okay, Reggie said, can't wait for the video. I can't either. Okay, Christopher said he shouldn't have went. No, he shouldn't have gone because of the issues and stuff or whatever, like I said, and the tension. But the bottom line is he did go, and I just wish it could have turned out different because I know all these racist devils would be so mad. Because how can they argue if the father said that he already forgave? I just want y'all to pay attention. Now, with that all being said, that's just my 2 cents, honey. Y'all can like it or hate it, okay? Don't try to go in on me is all I'm saying, all right? Because I know some of y'all will. So now, hold on, because here's the video right here.
We asked that stop being the father being at this press conference. These are my words. Don't quote anybody. Is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life, no matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf, because we respect the dignity of life.
Okay, so there y'all heard it. So they got him up out of there. He left peacefully, didn't try to start a fight or anything, or say anything crazy or whatever. I think he did come in peace. I think he was just curious as to what they were going to say. And maybe he was hoping that they would apologize, maybe, even though, you know, I'm not saying they owe him an apology, but maybe that's what he wanted. Okay, so there's that. Do with that what you will. That's just my 2 cents. But now here's my other beef, okay? And I have a couple of beefs that I want to address with Black people. Okay, so I'm about to go in on some of you. I'm going to step on some toes. If anybody gets mad, you know I don't care, okay? So here's the thing. Now, and I happen to believe what this young lady says, and I want you all to pay attention. This young lady says, and she's not lying because Black people are the worst. Okay, so listen. Aisha Howard calls out double standards within the Black community after social media users agreed to stay silent about their kid if offered $15 million by Elon Musk. She said, it's sick how Black people operate. Elon Musk reportedly offered the mother of his 14th child, a one-time payment of $15 million and $100K monthly to keep quiet about their son. So the way Black people's tone and outlook change, even in the comment section, when the situation is white, needs to be studied. Oh, y'all fully support this and wouldn't say a word. But if it was a Black woman, all she wanted was a check. She has no morals and the baby's fatherless. Crabs in a barrel. It's sick how Black people operate. Well, you know what? She ain't lying. She is not lying as far as I'm concerned, because that's exactly what y'all do. That's exactly what y'all do. And y'all know it. If it's a Black woman and they took that money, just like that, wasn't it a basketball player or football player who offered his baby mama, like he gave her like $1.5 million or $1.5 million, $100, $1.5 million or something like that. I forget how much it was, but he gave her over $1 million. I know that much for child support. And that's all she's supposed to get for the next 18 years. I saw people going in on that lady, and I thought it was very interesting because I'm like, what do y'all think she's supposed to do? And you could say that she got pregnant by him for the money. Well, of course. Who wants to get pregnant by a broke baby daddy? And second of all, I mean, some of y'all do clearly, but you know. But at the end of the day, the comments towards that Black woman, and that is likely the lady that's saying this, Aisha Howard. Is that the same lady? I'm sure it is. That's why she's mad, probably. But nonetheless, the fact of the matter is, they were agreeing and saying that if that were them and Elon offered them all that money, they'd go ahead and take it. Like, oh, it's okay. They didn't have nothing to say about gold digging or nothing of that. They didn't have any of the negativity to say. And I find that interesting because this is what Black people do. This is exactly what many Black people do. Most Black people, in fact. So I have to agree with her on that. Now, the other beef I have with Black folk. Oh, and here's another thing too. Black people, you know, they really have not gone in on Elon with his nefarious self for having 14 whole kids with different baby mamas. Y'all don't think that's ghetto? Because I told y'all months ago it's ghetto as hell. Elon's ghetto. He's for the streets. But y'all don't think he's for the streets, and y'all don't think he's ghetto, but y'all think Nick Cannon's doing too much. Let me tell y'all something. Nick Cannon has lupus, which can be life-threatening. It is life-threatening. And so by the fact that he has lupus, Nick Cannon has said, I don't know if this is his real reason, but this is what he said, that he doesn't feel like he may be here long, so he's spreading his seed around. Now, the Bible does say, be fruitful and multiply. Now, my grandparents had a bunch of kids. One of my grandmothers had 10 kids. The other one had 11. Okay? And I love all my aunties and uncles and cousins and all that. So I don't really think it's a big problem if people have all these kids, as long as they take care of them and love them and all of that. Dorian said, not Elon ghetto. Yes, of course he's ghetto, please. And so is that Black lady congresswoman who ran in Baltimore, Kim Klacik. Her husband's white. And he's got about 5 kids with all these different black baby mamas. He's ghetto too. Y'all just think black people are ghetto? Y'all should know that we're not the ones from the ghetto first. Don't y'all remember Elvis had a song called A Little Baby Child Is Born in the Ghetto? Do y'all think he was talking about black folk? He's talking about himself. He's talking about himself, okay? They tried to make y'all think he was talking about it. He was talking about himself, okay? He was from the ghetto, quiet as it's kept. So, and now they just don't call them ghettos. They call them trailer parks, quite frankly. So that all being said, y'all didn't say anything about it, okay? That's the beef. But here's the next beef I have with y'all. Wallow talks all the trash about black-owned businesses, and I saw, what's his name? The guy from Star Report. He was trying to, I didn't watch his video because I don't really watch him. He's very abrasive, and I don't really like him like that. Something about him and his demeanor with black folk just don't resonate with me, okay? So anyway, I saw he had a video, and he was talking about Wallow, and the title of the caption of the video said something about Wallow gets backlash for telling the truth about black-owned businesses. What truth is he telling? Because you see, I know people who own black-owned businesses, and they're up to par. So I'm not going to agree with him, because here's why. When Wallow is saying something disparaging about black-owned businesses, and he's saying that he doesn't care about who owns the business or whatever, here's the thing. You're never going to hear him, and I want y'all to pay attention. You're never going to hear him get out there and talk trash about white-owned businesses, like he's talking about black-owned businesses. I doubt it. And the thing is this, black people, some of our people will go in on black-owned businesses if they do one little thing you don't like, but what you're not doing is not giving them any grace. Now, I'm not saying some of them are sorry, some of them don't do the right thing. I'm not talking about those. Let's be realistic. But some of these black-owned businesses, let me give you an example. Jess Hilarious, a few years ago, she was riding in her car, and she had gone to some black seafood restaurant, bought some crab legs and all this, that, and the third. And then she said that they didn't have any more butter. She was talking about them, dogging him out on her live stream, said, oh, how do you not have any butter? Girl, just go get some. It's not that big of a deal that you should get online and disparage them. Is it that serious? Because would you do that if you went to Walmart and they accused you of stealing, or you went to Walmart and they didn't give you what you wanted, or something about it was dissatisfying for you, or if you went to McDonald's? No, you wouldn't. You would not get on your live and talk trash about those white-owned businesses. They just wouldn't do it. And you know why they wouldn't do it? Because they're famous people, okay? They want brand endorsements. They don't want to have to ruffle the waters, or ruffle feathers. They wouldn't do it. But they feel perfectly fine disparaging black-owned businesses, and y'all are the fools. Because if you own a black-owned business, they're talking about you too when they say these type of things. Okay? They need to recognize, and Jess Hilarious, let me tell you something. She sat her behind up there on Shay Shay's show and bragged about how she had 8 Birkin bags. You could spend $30,000, $40,000 on Birkin bags, girl. You look stupid, especially now that we know how much they really cost in China. But she could still just spend all that money on Birkin bags, but you're going to drag a black-owned business. Yeah, I don't have no respect for that. And I don't have any respect for Wallow. But let's get to the footage of what he had to say. I'm not here for it, and y'all shouldn't be either. Okay, I don't know what Star Report's talking about. Oh, he told the truth about black-owned business. Well, maybe some, but not all. And don't categorize all of any group of people. Okay? Just like I always say, all white people, aren't hateful. All black people aren't thugs. These are stereotypes that people love to put out there, okay? Even though we have a lot of thugs and they have a lot of hateful people. But the bottom line is you should never color everybody with the same brush, okay? That's what you shouldn't do, all right? Be specific. And that's one of the problems I have with Kevin Samuels. He used to talk about black women, but he was speaking generally, categorizing, okay? Don't say black women. Say these type of black women, or some of these black women, or these black women over here. Okay, because don't include me in it, because I didn't do half the stuff that he was saying black women do. Okay, please pay attention. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna put an overlay over this.
Us. Oh, I'm black. No black people. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Kill that shit. Ow. Either you got a good business or you don't. All that shit, don't nobody want to hear that shit. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material of your shit good? Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah. Well, fuck about what color you is. I'm gonna spend my money. That paper, I'm gonna spend them deals where the fuck I want to spend it at. Grab his Porsche, Ferrari, Land. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
Okay, so he said he's not going to be finessed. So he said he ain't going to be finessed off some black-ish. Okay, that's fine. I get it. But I didn't like his tone, and I didn't like how he was saying all of that or whatever. Hold on. Who's that talking about blocking somebody? Hold on. Let me see what y'all got going on here. Richie said, I'm so white, my beard is red. Okay, is that why y'all mad at Richie? He said, I like the Queen's voice. It's usually my main reason for watching this channel. Okay, thank you, Richie. Why are y'all going in on, why is somebody saying that he's going to be blocked? Because he's white? Are y'all racially profiling people in the chat? Listen, as long as somebody's not being disrespectful, they're welcome to the chat. Okay, period. Now, with that all being said, now let's get into this whole thing right here. Like I said, I don't appreciate Wallow, what he was saying or whatever, because at the end of the day, he wouldn't be saying that. Like I told y'all, if he went to a white-owned business, okay? We should support each other. And if a black-owned business has some problems or whatever, okay, that's one thing. But don't just paint it like all black-owned businesses. Don't just sit up there and say that. And here's another thing, too. Some people like Wallow sitting there talking all that trash be the same people who go to some of those Chinese restaurants. And we've seen the videos where they've had, there was a video just came out recently where the guy at the Chinese restaurant was sitting out back cleaning the meat. Who in the hell wants to eat meat that you just cleaned outside? And a few years ago, I showed you all a video of somebody doing that. And it was a dirty ass sink. And the only reason we found this out is because the two black guys who were doing the grass in the front had to walk around to the back to get some water or something from the hose and happened to see them watching meat in a dirty ass sink that they were going to feed people, their customers. Okay, some of y'all eat there and y'all don't complain, and then you go in those stores and get accused of stealing, or in the beauty supply, nail salons, or whatever, and you don't even really complain. You keep going. You might complain, but you still keep going. So don't sit up here and tell me nothing about no black-owned businesses is all I'm saying. Okay, miss me with it. I support black-owned businesses. I support good businesses, but I specifically support black-owned businesses, okay? Now, if you have a business that's not up to par, okay, that's one thing. But here's the thing that you all need to think about and have some grace. Some of these black-owned businesses really don't have a lot of resources, you know, because they can't get small business loans sometimes. That's why they open mom and pop shops. And sometimes they actually have good credit. I told y'all months ago or last year sometime that one of my friends has over 800 credit score and they didn't want to give them a loan. Okay, please pay attention. So with that all being said, it is what it is. Stacy says, I saw a video of a cook at a Chinese restaurant peeing in the corner of the kitchen. Child, I know you didn't. This is all nefarious. Well, honey, I saw a video. If you think that's something, I saw one on Instagram about maybe some months ago where there was a big rat. Okay, that rat was about this big. I'm not even joking. And the rat scurried across the floor and ran up the wall, honey. And the man that worked there, he ran over and snatched that rat in his bare hands. Like he'd done this before. He ran over and snatched that rat real quick before the rest of the customers could see it. Okay, so who knows what he did with it? That's all I'm saying. Okay, and who knows what in the world he did with it. But let's talk about Jaguar going in and dragging wig number 3, aka Madgie, the Black Crow is what I call her, and Shaun Attwood. Okay, let's get into it. Now I'm going to go to the receipts. Here we go right here. This is the first one I'm going to go to. Hold on. Now, Jag is not dragging anybody on this one. She's basically preaching a sermon that I want you all to hear. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen. Juju said that was a pet. Was it? It was huge. I know, honey, you can pay me to pick that big ass rat up. I don't care where I was, okay? Please miss me with all of it, honey. I don't want anything to do with rats or roaches, by the way. Okay, just not my thing. All right, so I'm going to add a little music to this. because I don't have permission to use his videos. Hold on. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance.
God will come down, yeah, and put some hands on your mind, because I'm telling you, you got a reprobate mind. You got a reprobate spirit. You're running around trying to pretend like you're somebody of value, and all you is another fake Jack. Yeah, Lordy Lord. And then this, you got all kinds of friends with Jerry curls and such. And Jerry curl done been in the grave and ain't arose like Jesus did on Sunday. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, you can't be running around with the reprobate mind, with the Jerry curl juice swinging from side to side. You can't be sitting here online messing around with your unemployment, looking for an AdSense, and you ain't making no sense. Yeah, I'm telling you, in the name of the Father and the Son and the 40 ounce that you drank before you got on one, I'm praising God. Put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. Ooh, put some clothes on ministry. And here we are to let you know that reprobate man and that Jerry curl juice got you talking crazy like that loose cannon fool. Ooh, you're sitting around here and you're making it up. And then you're putting stuff on people's good name like you don't know what's up. I'm trying to tell you, bearing false witness is a crime and it's a sin to God. It's in the front and it's a mess. And if you don't stop lying on me, honey, you're going straight to hell in gasoline drawers with a leather vest. Lord, yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. First of all, I want y'all to pay attention. Hold on. I want y'all to pay attention. Hold on. Let me get this off the screen. First of all, Jag is a minister now. Okay. That was her first sermon. She said she was getting her sermons together. Okay. I just want y'all to pay attention. Panther Strike said, can I get an amen? First of all, who was that in the background? In the amen corner. RG Type said she definitely is preaching like a hole in the wall pastor pork chop. Okay, now let's get into her dragon Shaun Attwood and Maggie. Okay, let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Like and share, beloveds. Let me get that overlay.
My alleged sex life. Now, hey, so I was just doing a little research for my next bit of content that I'm about to push out. So, I mean, in all honesty, me saying anything to a certain extent is punitive, kind of. I don't know. Hey, but at the end of the day, it's definitely damn near superfluous, except for two things. There are two very, very, very strange people that are about to do a live on YouTube about my alleged sex life. Now, the thing is I've seen this a million times before. Everyone does it. When they're out of Jag content, they want to run around and find someone that was attached to me or stuck on me at one point in time or the other, and they want to make it a thing. They've been doing it for years.
Now, when she's saying this, she's talking about Madgie, because Madgie supposedly interviewed Jag's ex-lover. Okay, that's what the word on the streets is, that she interviewed this woman, and so Jag is, of course, upset about that. And here's the thing that I think is so stupid. Madgie started all this mess, did all this bull crap, and all these people, I'm not going to say all these people, but some of these people are acting like, you know, oh, just because she said I'm sorry, like it's just a wash. Like, okay, just welcome her back. No, F her. Why are people still trying to be cool with Madgie after all the chaos that she caused? For real. Like, I want to meet her somewhere and pull up. I'm so serious. I don't like that woman. But let me continue. Don't even get me on a whole rant about Madgie, because I don't like that woman. I do not like her, period. Okay? And then she can sit there and try to apologize to me like, girl, miss me with it, okay? I got something for you, and it ain't accepting your apology. All right? Please.
Got it. But for the dead bird, to be reaching out to the person that the troll farm hired to lie to me and the public, put their name on my bond, even though they put up no cash, and then threaten to gaslight me, throw my stuff away, lie on me. Like, everyone on YouTube already knows that Tysha Renee Johnson is a liar. Everyone, including the bird. But now you guys want to try to create an inflammatory situation by doubling up together because one of you is a drug addict and desperately needs some money to keep getting high. And the other one of you is just addicted to clout and apparently doesn't want to let me go, even though I'm not addressing you. Either one of you. So you figured if the two of you doubled up and told a bunch of lies about me and did all of that. So this is what I'm going to do. In the name of Jesus, I pray that the next live that Madgie, the Black Owl, does here on YouTube, which is actually bullying, cyber stalking, and promoting terrorism, and also misinformation, because the person that she's sitting with.
Now I want you all to pay attention. Jag is praying right now. Now I want you to listen to her very specific prayer. Okay, I want y'all to listen to it. Now, Wonderfully Melanated says, Queen, look into the Kaysen Allison case if you get a chance. I already did, beloved. I talked about that a couple of days ago. Was it yesterday or the day before? But I did talk about that. Kaysen Allison is the one who killed Joe Ramirez in Texas with a knife, stabbed multiple times. I absolutely brought that up, beloved. Thank you, though. Okay, yes, someone told me about that a couple of days ago. I think it was Truth Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so now let's get into this because Jag is praying right now, and I want you all to listen to the prayer of what she's asking God for.
Is a stone cold drug addict and liar who did nothing but steal from me, lie on me, call the police on me, and try to force me back into jail, as she agreed to do for the troll farm when she was hired by Tasha K and referred by Neek at Night. So Lord, I'm asking in the name of Yeshua that 2,000 people find the need to go over there and not only report, but check off every box for everything that's wrong with that video. And I also pray that if those 2,000 people can get over there and report, that when it comes with the special box where it says additional complaints, everyone put Shaun Attwood sent this person to stalk and defame Jaguar Wright. I mean, if 2,000 people, Lord, if you could find a way to compel 2,000 people to go over there to Dead Bird Land in Canada and report that video with Tysha Renee Johnson lying all about Jacqueline Suzette Wright, also and professionally known as Jaguar Wright, your daughter. If you could get them to do that and make sure that in the additional box where you put the rest of your complaint, if checking it off isn't satisfactory enough, put there, Shaun Attwood sent this person to stalk and harass Jaguar Wright. Oh my God, if 2,000 people did that, I don't know, that would be a miracle, God.
No, I want y'all. God damn. Jag is nefarious. Do y'all hear Jag sending out these dog whistles? Gwendolyn said that's a spell. Jag is sitting up here praying, talking about she's being very specific, okay? I need 2,000 people, she says, to go over there and report that video. Now, clearly sending people to flag channels, okay? Which I don't condone. This is also nefarious. Okay, so listen. Above all that drama says, I heard Vicky, which Vicky, by the way, is wig number 1. Okay, I hear Vicky is opening a wig store named Be Weave in Yourself. First purchase gets a sec of her sex coffee. Do y'all remember Wig had that coffee that she said was volcanic? Her and that crazy man, Terrence Hicks, okay, who was accused of S trafficking, by the way. Okay, I can't verify that, but that was some allegations made. But do y'all remember that? They said they had that coffee that came from the virgin volcanoes the ancestors knew about and all this, and how they were going to chant over the coffee, and then you purchase it and drink it, and you're supposed to get wishes to come true. Not Be Weave in Yourself. Okay. Lillian X said, how can we forget, Queen? Okay, y'all know what? I need to bring out the Wig Chronicles and repost that stuff next week. I think I'm going to. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to Jag and this prayer, honey, because this is all nefarious. Jag knows she is so wrong for this.
So I'm hoping, Lord, that there's 2,000 souls out there that see how wrong this is, see how terrible this is. And every time someone from the Attwood camp, who clearly was only here, if every time that happens, we make sure we go over to the Shaun Attwood channel and report every video with Beverly Rhodes in it as misinformation, because she is not a psychic, but she is a witch and she studies witchcraft. And in the name of Yeshua, I promise you, Lord, I lie not. I bear no false witness. She's a dime store witch with a gimpy trick. Lord, let them all be reported. Imagine if 2,000 angels felt the need to do that mass report over the course of the next 3 hours. Oh my God, the impact that could make on this community, on the YouTube community as a whole. I mean, shouldn't we be doing more, Lord, to make it better around here? On the Better Business Bureau, it's not even a decently accredited app or company. Shouldn't we want to bring the standards of YouTube up from D+ to at least B-? You know what is best, Lord, and I know whatever it is, you will handle it. In Yeshua's holy name, I shall. See, that was a prayer.
Oh my gosh, I am so done at this point. Now listen, Panther Strike said, Queen, I bet she got chicken feet in her hand right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. Vince I am from the UK said the wigotry nonsense continues. Easy said Jag stabbing that voodoo doll. Noah says, is she writing a speech? Y'all are crazy. No, she is praying, okay? For her prayers. She wants her prayers to come true. Y'all can make it happen, she says.
That was just me talking to God right here in front of all of you. You know, they say when you pray to God, you should pray specific prayers. Very specific. You should tell the Lord exactly what you want. You should spare nothing. You should tell God everything you want, and then when the miracle is granted, you should give praise and thanks. And just because I said it in a prayer don't mean I won't say it out loud. Beverly Witch, as far as I am concerned, you are a witch. Beverly Rhodes is a witch. I told you to come get your trash, Shaun Attwood. I was going to stay out of the whole you being a racist thing, or at least working for racists. I was going to stay away from that whole thing. That was Ronnie's thing. But you know what? You know the difference between me and Ronnie Bo? I'm not as busy as he is in my personal life. I got a lot more time on my hands these days.
Uh-oh.
If he was able to sniff out Aryan ties to you, I'm sure I can get verifiable proof about that. I wonder how that would look. Like, forget all of the weird stuff that they were all saying about you, which I now know is cap. It was controlled opposition to make it look like they were going against you and they were on their side and you were on your side, except for the fact that I kept making all of you bump into each other. One troll farm wasn't good enough for Jag, so you had to get two. You needed two? One couldn't get it done no more. You needed two? Interesting. So yeah, Attwood, it's official. I got this Angie Stone story that I'm working on. You know, a real story about a real victim who was really a part of the industry. You know, not in some weird imagination after a peanut butter jelly and magic mushroom sandwich. Like a real person who had real ties to the arts community. You know, not some corn star weirdo who brings her child with her to the set of all kinds of nasty little things. That poor kid is probably screwed in more ways than one. And y'all worried about me being on the street? You should be worried about people like Adria English. Her little nanny cams that she leaves in children's rooms for the weirdos to get off on, allegedly. I mean, but that is what Lamisha Fuller told me. Like, Shaun Attwood, how could you possibly think that any of these people were real? You would have had to have been the stupidest person in the world after they said most of the things that they said for you to believe anything that Lamisha said, Adria said, Courtney said, Chris Todd said. You kept just trying to find ways to lock me all in with them, to link us all up together so you could say, oh, yeah, see, Jag, she said she knew this one, and she said she knew this one. And Ron just really thought he was going to get it done fast, didn't he? You do remember, Lamisha. Isn't it possible you just forgot? No. Just like you forgot how to put on condoms. Or maybe you just like keeping that woman pregnant because it makes it harder for her to run from you. Allegedly.
This is nefarious.
Yeah, you got a nasty temper with women. Kind of like Lethal. Oh, I got my own homework that I do. And unfortunately, I don't work with fake psychics. That's what Shaun Attwood does. See, I told you to come and get your trash. Now, what would be unfortunate is if I started telling people very real things about your very lovely wife, who is just as duplicitous as you. I guess y'all keep forgetting I actually have friends in Europe. And I'm sure you would want to call me friend. And I'm sure you would want to invite me over to your house so you could call up the bad guys and have them throw black bags off of me and I could, disappear somewhere. My body end up on the banks of the Jordan River. Or maybe Siberia. Eaten alive by some huskies, some wolves. It was a cute trick with those beads you gave me. I don't know, Shaun, if you haven't noticed. I stopped wearing them. Cute trick. You don't think I know when somebody's sending me something to tag or tell me with? Why do you think it took me so long to open that envelope, Shaun? I had it for weeks. I just let you keep asking about it and asking about it, but I didn't put it on until we did the Christmas show. And then I wore it for the year-end wrap-up. But since like Mar-a-Lago time, not long, I stopped wearing it.
the heart. It was offset. That's why it snapped that day when I was making prayer. I don't like homing pigeons and I don't like beacons. But to give somebody a gift that's more like a tracking device. Cute play with Lisa. See, I know why y'all had those weirdos try to expose Grace, because y'all couldn't do it. See, Lisa works with y'all. She does. She works with y'all. Y'all just gave the number to the other side. Trying to think that wasn't nobody gonna figure it out. It all led right back to you. Fuck all of you. And as much as I love England, and as much as I love my friends in Europe and Britain and everywhere, you motherfucking bloody wanker, go fucking suck one off. I wouldn't be surprised if that wife of yours likes to bend you over. Give you a little thrill from them old Aryan days. Didn't I tell you to come get that bitch? Maybe I need to act like people act in jail. Maybe you spent so much time there that you really don't understand. We are far past diplomacy. Because what this little fucking nigga fucking Haitian bitch is doing, your nigga fucking Haitian bitch, she's actually making it possible for me to be able to sue Taisha Renee Johnson. Because everything that bitch had to say about me, from what anybody has said so far, number one, it's been lies. She's just regurgitating the same lies from 2023. And they think because it's been 2 years, don't nobody bother to care to hear about the truth or know the fact that she's just repeating the same lies for money all over again, like my second ex-husband, Goomba, did. Like, this is pathetic. So please do know that. You fucking do this live. I'm taking it. I'm sending it to my lawyer. And I'm suing your homeless fucking ass. Whether you're in New Mexico or Baltimore or wherever. Fucking Barstow. Whatever fucking homeless shelter you vagrants in these days. I don't know. It's beyond disrespectful, though. You just think you're going to keep eating off my name. What did you say? Since I mentioned you, you have the right to take advantage of it and make money off of it? Put a 1 in the chat if that sounds right. Put a 1 in the chat if, because I mentioned this criminal who they embedded in my life to gaslight me back in the jail or to try to make me go crazy while she called the cops on me, stole my ID, stole my money, and got more than $10,000 in cash apps off my name. Put a 1 in the chat if you what they're planning on doing over there with the owl. Put a 2 if you know it's dead fucking wrong. I guess I said it too soon because y'all started going with the 1. 1 if it sounds right, 2 if it's dead wrong. Sounds like that needs to be reported. Sounds like it's hate speech and bullying and harassment. Sounds like it's promoting terrorism because that predator-looking bitch has been lying about me since I got away from her after she tried to have me arrested again. I mean, that was the whole point. She was supposed to be my handler. No, she's not pregnant. No, she's not pregnant. She's not pregnant, Azaleas. She's dope sick. That's why she's online. All of that you see in that gut, that's all of her overstretched skin from being fat and having a baby or something improperly. She dope sick. Her stomach is full of pharmaceuticals. They blow up like that, especially off pills. Like, it's gotten that bad over there in our land that you gotta bring known drug addicts and grifters and liars who literally tried to bring nothing but harm to my life. And that's gonna be your big, I'm gonna get Jag to recognize me. You're absolutely right. I'm suing the both of you bitches. And now, I'm just gonna start running down on Shaun Attwood. And I'm gonna finish doing the rest of my research on his wife. Like, I'll rip all of you motherfuckers to shreds. I told you, come get your fucking trash, yo. Or do you need to get plugged in the air? You know how many people I know in the Arizona system? DMX was in those Arizona jails. I'm friends with his old manager. You don't think I got the skinny on you? See, all of them, they went and they got their little files and then they altered them so wouldn't nobody know. I got somebody that I can send over there to the prison right now. And I have some people who do remember you, who were administration. Now, these other trolls, they play fast and loose. I got integrity. I'm gonna run your British ass the fuck down. You think Sammy the Bull was a problem for you? Nothing. Nothing compared to what I can do to you. Nothing.
Now, I'm sorry, but if Jag is saying that she's worse than Sammy the Bull, that's kind of scary because Sammy the Bull killed about 19 people, didn't he? Panther Strikes at Queen, this is nefarious. Jag is imploding right now. Girl, go get some love and be quiet, okay? Gwendolyn says, now leave my DMX alone, okay? Richie says, DMX is dead, not here to speak for himself. Okay, I know that's right. Y'all are going in. Okay. Deborah says she missed the. Hold on. That's a stretch, Jag. Sammy the Bull, you own something. I mean, Sammy the Bull is a cold-blooded killer, right? He took out like 19 people. Okay. This is all nefarious.
And everyone should really go over there and look at the 90% of his Diddy content that he took down. Because all of the content that he took down were all of the fake and phonies that he was pushing into the system, trying to tank the case. And I'm not saying allegedly.
Now, here's the thing. I want y'all to think about this because I did say that about Shaun Attwood. I did say that about Shaun Attwood. Okay, I said that Shaun Attwood has all these people coming on his show who are liars, who lie. And he's acting as if it's the truth. And also, if you remember, I told you how Sean and Scoville, his friend, were on there with that fake Diddy tape that was supposedly leaked, which was clearly made up. And they were dissecting it and explaining it or whatever as if it was real. And I said, how does anybody with common sense even think that's real? Okay. And then let's not forget that Shaun Attwood was mentioned in one of those Diddy lawsuits. And at that point, I knew that he was going to probably have to take down some of that content because Adria English, Lamisha Fuller, Courtney Burgess, Chris Todd, come on. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, all people proven to be liars.
You really thought you was going to take that Diddy case, didn't you? You thought you were going to use me to do it. Must have been frustrating for you. Watching me rip apart your motherfucking master plan right in front of your face and you had to pay me to do it. I guess that's why you started asking to come over to the Owls channel so you didn't have to pay me to come and talk with you directly so you could get the info for free. So much for that conversation about Mar-a-Lago. Go continue to eat dicks like you did in jail. I told you to come get your trash. Now, if they decide to go through with it, I pray it gets reported. I pray that video gets reported to the point where that whole channel just disappears. And if it doesn't and it stays up there, then I pray that everybody reports Shaun Attwood for promoting terrorism on a public app. Because at this point in time, all of the attack that I've gotten from everyone that's associated with you and attached to you, this is nothing less than terrorism. Put a 3 in the chat if you agree with me. Put a 4 in the chat if you don't. You get Ray Roll?
Do you all see the chat? People are putting 3s. I just clicked on her chat to see what people are putting. These people are putting 3s. They're doing whatever Jag tells them. I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? They're putting 3s in the chat. Please pay attention. She muted her mic for a second. Okay, DSB, just give it 20 memberships. Oh my goodness. Thank you, DSB. Shout out to you, beloved. Do y'all see that? Do y'all get those fire emojis in the chat? And shout out DSB, aka Dark Skin Brother, for giving us 20 membership to the Queen's channel. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings.
Like I said, we have people in Arizona
now, for those of you who don't know, she says we have people in Arizona because that's where Shaun Attwood was supposedly living at before he got deported back to the UK after being released from prison.
You thought those weirdos in Las Vegas embarrassed you and tried to come after you? I'm going to tell the truth on you. I told you to come get your fucking trash. Get all of it. Your birds and your William Wallaces and your Bravehearts and your kissing cousins and your black white haired Targaryens. Like, come get all your fucking trash, G. Come get it all. I was nice. And it's fine. You can ignore me. That's what you're good at doing. Like when I first told you that the robot was freejacking your content on me, and she was doing all kinds of wild stuff, saying all kinds of crazy stuff about you. Oh, Jog, it's just best that we ignore it. Pay it no mind. It'll go away. Has it gone away? Has it gone away? Or maybe she was telling the truth when you said you liked her content and you encouraged her to keep on going. Maybe she wasn't lying. Maybe that was the truth because y'all been all working back and forth, control opposition the whole time. Oops. Swag. The weird stuff y'all do. So Shaun Attwood, since you don't want to come get your trash, Taisha Renee Johnson, please consider this my first verbal acknowledgement that if you do this bullshit today, I'm suing you. I've given you nothing but grace, but I'm not going to let no junkie make it on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going to have to find another way to go get your fix. But a junkie don't get to make it on my name. My father wouldn't abide it. He was a drug and alcoholics counselor. I don't believe in enabling, and this is enabling. Me not saying anything, me letting you rock is only helping you kill yourself further with like your pharmaceutical addiction. 2 likes in the building. It should be 5. It should be 5. It should be 5. I'll wait. Suckers.
Okay, what is wrong with Jag? Jag is basically saying that Shaun Attwood, she's accusing Shaun Attwood of conspiring with her mortal enemy, Danny Robertson, and Madgie. Like they all got together and plotted on her is what she's saying, okay? I want y'all to pay attention. So she's like saying, no wonder he didn't mind Danny using his stuff, because she's saying that they were all in on it, honey. This is all a hot mess.
Y'all came here to get your little meal? Little hungry troll? Gonna hit the like? Yeah. My God. Just like, I'm just sick and tired of grubby, ungrateful. Tisha Renee Johnson should be glad that she's not in jail for this shit that I know she done. I could have and her son, daughter, Joy and Bree, for all of those credit cards they was scamming. I'm the reason they stopped, because I told her she had to. I'm like, you can't be running around scamming and stealing from people without my knowledge. If they found out, they could put me back in jail for this. I just thought I was trying to help, and I just wanted you to be comfortable. No, you're trying to get me set up on another case. I said I'd rather stay at Motel 6 and do this. I said, you know what your kid, what your son, daughter, you're born a man and now sucking dick as a woman, daughter, is doing to get those credit cards? I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And for all I know, they two junkies. She probably still got Jordan out there rolling dudes. And see, everything got real quiet when I started talking about that alleged potential body. Her son, daughter, because she likes to get rough with her tricks. And she likes to beat the crap out of her tricks. And I guess she forgets that she's a man and thinks she's just a woman. So she goes real hard. She beats them with bats, all kinds of stuff. She done bust people in heads, and she thinks it's funny. That's the sad part about this family. They're all really mentally ill. And I'm still not understanding why the very same people that fingered her for having essay with Missy's daughter, like the baby girl that they talking about, that don't want to have nothing to do with her.
Hold on. These comments. Okay, hold on. It was a comment that I just wanted to read. Star Child said, how did she get into it with so many people? Okay. Troy said, gotta go to the museum to see our stolen artifacts. TC Dan said, this is a whole hot mess. Okay. This is all so nefarious. Easy said, did she say someone else was mentally ill? Yeah, she did. She said the whole family, the person's family, honey. So Reggie said the math ain't mathing. What are y'all talking about? At the end of the day, y'all, the funny thing is, this video, when it's done, it's not going to have a chat. It's not going to even have a chat, unfortunately, because I'm going to have to edit it.
Back in 2023, all of these same people, including Rasputia, Naisha Davenport, said that TJ assaulted her right before she came to be on my bond. She said she SA'd that girl. They was calling her, what was the pedophile. Like, it was crazy. She was a PDF for every day in 2023. And apparently the girl still don't want to have nothing to do with her, which is wild. Because her first lesbian lover that died, who she was on drugs with, pharmaceutical out with for all of that time, that's her baby. I don't even think that little baby girl knows that her real mother was Missy. And Missy died from the big house in Virginia many years ago, I believe, or OD, or a combination of both. And they didn't even have real custody of that child. They had temporary custody.
Okay, I'm slow. She said she died from the big house in Virginia. Okay, so she's talking about HIV because I'm like, wait a minute, what big house in Virginia? Where's this going? Okay, so, honey, this is all a mess, but continue.
After everything went crazy, and then they just left Baltimore with that kid. Now she's 19, so I guess that means that they think they can never be charged with kidnapping and custodial interference, but the truth is, you can. Because y'all ain't got no real records on that child. And I know for a fact because Tysha Renee Johnson told me how they used to forge and fraudulently do all of their documents.
Okay, now Jag is snitching. Jag is clearly snitching on them. DSB just gifted 10 more memberships to the channel. Thank you so much, beloved. I really appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Y'all shout out DSB. Okay, mods, let's get the fire emojis in the chat. Thank you, TC Dan. All right, thank you, Miss Sheila, for the fire emojis for DSB. All right, show your love. Show your appreciation, honey. That's 30 memberships this live.
And see, every time they would go into a housing shelter, it would like reset their life in a new area. So nobody bothered to check. So they was able to make it through, and then it was homeschooled. Real off grid. Which of course was done to cover up the addiction of the pharmaceutical. But I'm just saying, hold on, what is this? My for every op, they're about 9 times. We're sending you love. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Maya. No, seriously, and they're doing all of this to try to trigger me to have some kind of really negative.
Okay, so I'm going to fast forward in 2 minutes, you guys, okay? I'm going to fast forward in 2
breakdown, minutes. Right? So they can say, oh my God, Jaguar Wright is crazy. She's lost her mind. We need to get a wellness check. All right. Now, who knows where she lives? It's pathetic. It's the same over and over and over and over and over and over. She's not worried about the words. Let's find someone really embarrassing to say bad things about her. It's not over. It's not working. I got video of King and Roger fighting. Us doing an interview with DMX's former manager before he passed away. The manager he had when he decided to give his life back to God. And she has some footage and pictures and okay. We'll put that on the schedule very soon. Once we get through the Angie Stone story. If before I click out and I see 500 likes, I'll give you a quick flash, a little burlesque. But that's it. And I'm getting ready to go because I wasn't supposed to be here an hour. But a lot of things happened. So, yeah. It's so funny. I almost forgot why I came live in the first place. But whatever it was, I already said it and that's done. Oh, yeah. Oh, Shaun Attwood. Is it because of you got a half black kid that Shane thought that was smart to say over there at Trollland when he was telling everybody that he wasn't?
She said Shaun Attwood has a half black kid, y'all. Okay, now please pay attention.
A racist because he had a half black grandkid. Were you the one that coached him on that? And said, make sure you tell him, I have a half block. You have half block. Tell him it's half block. Did that come from? Oh, because I don't think most people know you have a half black kid. I wonder how all of those people you went to jail with feel about that. They were very, those kind of people, from what you involved with them. Touchy, real touchy, but that's all right. Like I said, We know plenty of people from them jails. We'll be able to make a phone call or get online and get it real quick. Oh yeah, y'all didn't know Shaun Attwood that Ziggy ain't his only kid. We're not gonna let him make the Jigga Man mistake and pretend like the only kids he got is the person that he do the camera with. No, he got a whole half black kid. Hello, Malaysia. Welcome. Yeah, you ain't know that? Yeah, and he does have ties to the Aryan Nation. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, y'all hear this? Now, the word on the street is that Shaun Attwood said, allegedly, this is all allegedly, I didn't hear him say this, but people have said that Shaun Attwood said he joined the Aryan Nation when he was in prison for protection, that he had to do it for protection or something like that. I don't know that you'd have to join them for that to be protection or whatever at the end of the day. If I didn't want anything to do with them, I wouldn't have anything to do with them. That's just me.
Kyle, we hate black people. Yeah, them. We lagging on these likes. See, like, I could be like really mean and just do like, hold on. I wonder who that is. Seems you're much too busy these days, and I can't handle it. You got Jaguar Wright. You got Stone. You got who's the other brother by the back? We got a show. Oh, we got the Jaguar Wright show. Yeah, I'll be singing the blues on this hoe. I don't know. Maybe it is a member from Vertical Hold. Or maybe it's a member from Sequence. I don't know. We playing content burlesque. I tell you more, I'll show you less. Keep on playing my algorithm in it face. I got tea. Oh, I got some Steven hot tea. Who knows? What I can tell you is this. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be informative. And you're going to be able to be on YouTube and get it from people who actually know. Not research. Not.
OG Patrice said she did a show with Angie Stone and Lettucey several years ago. Where is Lettucey? I haven't heard from her in a minute. Thank you, DSB, for your contribution to the channel, beloved. I really appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings.
Looked up, not talked to the cousins, uncles, baby mama, daddy, granddaddy's best friend. Because you know that's usually how it works on the Trashy K. Over there with Trashy the Grouch. You know what I'm saying? Over there with Trashy? Yeah. With Trashy the Grouch. And then she go and she get your uncle's baby mama's cousins, third, once removed, baby daddy's sister, niece's, trash man to get you the tea. Can you imagine?
I'm just trying to figure out, why is Jag wasting all her time on YouTube? Jag needs to go on tour. She needs to go on tour doing comedy. Okay? Jag literally needs to go on tour doing comedy. That's what she needs to do. I don't know why she's on YouTube, honey, because she needs to be on stage doing comedy for me. Okay? That's all I'm saying. And singing in between sets.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can't imagine him being prejudiced, but what does that have to do with what you can imagine? A lot of people can't imagine that there are people in this world that are willing to take out real and necessary and amazing talent in this world because they can no longer rob them or control them. A lot of people don't want to believe that either. That's the problem. All of the things y'all don't really want to believe. But 487, you want to get to know. You want to know. Oh my God. You know, what's wild to me is garage door. Wonder who that is. 489, you only get to know. No, but seriously though, thank you, Mel. And she's not even a moderator, like that's just a member. But yet, no. There's a lot of information that y'all should hear from people who actually know it. Oh, can you run me to the store? You gotta go straight to work.
Yeah, I think I'm fine about 3:30.
I understand. No. You ain't got to apologize for coming home. I'm trying to bum a ride for some shit I ain't supposed to be doing anyhow. You already know if I'm asking you, I'm up to no good. Don't you know that? Don't you know no good? 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 You know, that's the funny thing about it.
Hold on. OG Patrice said, Jag, you are at DMX former manager's house where I took you. Jag, you're in danger, girl. Not in danger. Not at the former manager's house. OG Patrice not dropping the location.
There's a lot of people that think that there's only one way to deal with things. You can deal with things from a space of joy, from a space of appreciation, acknowledging loss.
Hold on.
Yeah, but
Deronda said,
since people.
Deronda said, oh, she Jerome now, aka Martin Lawrence. He did used to sing that song, didn't he? I was trying to remember where I heard it from.
People want to sit around and pretend like they don't want to come take out their trash. I'm just gonna burn it all down so I can sweep off my porch and invite over some real people. Like it's in bad taste. It was all in bad taste. But like I said at the beginning of this live, our prayer. You know what? Let's just do a quick reprisal. Once again, God, we come to you just putting it out there in the universe that it would be so great if 2,000 people from our subscriber base felt the need to just go out and go forth, go ahead of us, and make sure that these YouTube streets stay safe for everyone. You know, I consider them crossing guards, you know, just making sure that everyone gets across the street okay, you know, except for it's my mind, you know. And I always tell people they should look both ways before they cross it, especially when you're there. There's really no room for them. But seriously though, God, just embolden people to do the right thing and embolden people to speak up. If you see something, say something. Embolden people to see the importance in that.
Not if you
quicken people to understand that decay in your community is decay for you.
Not that she said quicken people to understand. Okay, are y'all paying attention? Honey, Jack is on one today, okay? Whenever she did this video, honey, she was going all in. Please pay attention.
Everyone thinks, oh, what's happening to everyone else has nothing to do with me until the day that it does. And the reason why that day came was because you never bothered to try to stop it when it happened to someone else. We just thank God for all earnest people who want to do the right thing, who want to make doing the right thing popular again. And we lift all of that up to your son, Yeshua. In his name, I shall. Amen. Bye. You could have said amen. You can get some of that prayer. We're almost at 500. No, you don't. No, you do not still support me. As long as that piece of shit cunt is over there doing scallywag content on me, you can't support me.
Not scallywag.
Period. You already know what she's doing is wrong. And the only reason she came over is because she came from you as help from your platform. If you don't shut that bitch down, I will, and I'll shut you down. And that's just that. But for everybody that reports, I've asked them all to make sure that they cite you for terrorism for inflicting that shit on us.
Ooh, honey, y'all heard that, honey. Don't piss Jag off, okay? DSB says Jag got a few screws loose, some unscrewed. Thank you, beloved, for your insight to the topic and your contribution to the channel. It's loving blessings. Okay, Deronda says, I'm waiting for her to say no wire hangers. Sharon said, I don't know what she is talking about. All this deep stuff about their freak offs. Reggie said, one of my sisters rambles like this sometimes. I'd be like, go sit over there. Oh, honey, let me tell y'all something. Gwendolyn said, Jag is a whole minister now. Okay, that's what I heard too. Now, I really heard that she's in the ministry. Okay, please pay attention. Now, listen, for those of you, shout out to the replay gang who's going to catch this later. But I hate to tell you guys that the chat's not going to be there because I have to edit this because Jag said a couple of words that I don't like. Okay, so I'm going to edit those words out. But nonetheless, there's not going to be a chat, unfortunately. So that's why I'm putting a lot of the comments on the screen.
I don't know what else you got to say. You know exactly who I'm talking about. That damn dead bird over there in Canada who's about to do some kind of gossip rag on me with a woman who was hired by the troll farm that you know exists to gaslight me and clout chase off my name. Now they're both going to be over there doing it, and I'm going to sue them. But I'm going to make sure it gets hung on your head. I told you weeks ago, I made it very clear weeks ago, you need to come and you need to get your people and get them the fuck off of my name and my algorithm. Yes, she did. She came from your panel, from your channel, and she represented you. You don't get to just keep cutting yourself off from the people that you deal with. You are who you associate with, sir. You are who you're Ron. You're Shane. Mr. I got a half nigga kid and I'm fat, so I understand injustice. That was you. Your people. Let me say that again for the cheap seats, just in case everybody forgot how Shane. See, this is going to be a mess. Because I'm going to wrangle y'all up together. As far as I'm concerned, y'all came together. Just like all those fake victims. And half of them came out of Yellow Beezy's trap house. Stop using your half black kids and grandkids as social race cards. You know, pass cards. We're not impressed. There's a lot of half black kids out here. Look at Zoe Craddock. She's half and half and half and half. Her mother got a Jewish mom, black dad. Her dad got a black mom, Jewish dad, half Jewish, half black, both parents, and then they the half and half, and so she's a whole half. Ain't nothing. Don't mean nothing. Okay. I'm just saying. All right. I'm a woman of my word. The Jaguar Wright Show would proudly love to present to you a conversation with Stone Paxton and Jaguar Wright, part 1. Part 2, there'll be other special guests, and everyone's been asking when I was going to speak on Angie. I wanted to make sure that I had someone else credible in the room. Since Stone and I have been talking, we have come to understand some things, and there's a great respect that is developing. But the one thing that I respect about him most of all, when I talked to him, when I prayed with him, was we both want the same thing for Angie Stone. For her to be known as the mother of neo soul, acknowledged for who she is, and for her show and her legacy and for her catalog to go on. So what do you think? One in the chat if you're interested in this conversation between Jaguar Wright and Stone Paxton. 2 in the chat if you're like, we'll wait for the DMX story. I'm just curious. So Jaguar Country, we're excited about the Stone Paxton conversation. I think you are. I think you guys are going to learn so much. And like I said, it's just part 1. Part 2, we're going to dig a little deeper, and I'm going to be bringing other people in from Angie's past as well. This is going to be a full ride. And not every... okay, get to know. He's like, yes. Okay. But I think since Stone has started his YouTube journey, there's been a lot of misrepresentations. There were things that he was doing that I didn't understand as well. Talking to him, it really changed that. And I know he's a really hot commodity right now. I know a lot of people are trying to hunt him down, but that's because they want clicks and views. I guess that's what's different about he and I. Stone, if you're watching, I will forever be grateful for the things that you had to say to me in private, in meditation, as we taught and thought, just kept our thoughts in for Angie. The things that you shared with me that she had to say about me, things that made me cry myself to sleep last night. Thank you. And what I will say is to everyone who wants to judge and everyone that wants to have something to say, until we talk to people for ourselves and until we get to know people for ourselves, it's all conjecture. It's all supposition. It's all, it's all bullshit. Because I had opinions, just like I'm sure he had opinions of me, even though he was nothing but kind. And I went hard in on him on Paperwork's channel, and he saw it, and he was just a class act. He just played right past it and said, whatever, I know how Angie felt about you, and right now, if you care about what I care about, we care about the same thing. So I just want to say thank you for, in enduring my anger. Because the truth is, the way some of these YouTubers is playing with this story, they had you looking just as crazy as they had other people looking as well. So I would love it if everyone would come over to the Jaguar Wright show and really meet Stone Paxton for the first time. Like, without the pretense. When you don't understand how YouTube works, it can be like whiplash, you know? The way the spies and the trolls lurk and linger in the chats, from the bushes to the live chat to the private chat and StreamYard. You know, it's a lot of people. So I want y'all to get to know Stone Paxton with me, because of course I'm still getting to know him. But when I look at him, all I can see is me. Because the way he feels about Angie is the exact same way I felt about Malik B when I found out he died on the internet and nobody from the Roots bothered us know that shit was coming so we wouldn't get sideswiped with pain. Like, that's fucking wild for me to be able to say that. But when I talk to Stone and when I listen to what he has to say, you know, hold on a second. You know, because I really, really, really like, I like being upfront, forthcoming. Well, we'll see if I can get that phone call back before I hang up. But I gotta go. But, Stone, if you see this, on behalf of every Angie Stone fan, thank you for being that friend that stands in the gap for her. And I can say that because I've talked to you. YouTube can be very confusing. Very confusing. So on that note, that's all that's fit for print. You know, my prayers for Rogue Loan supporters and reporters. It's just hanging out there. And don't forget to check on Natanya, because I know she has some great stuff going on. So, yeah, that's what's happening for the Jaguar Wright show. You guys already know. Members over here are going to get all of the exclusive backdrops.
All right, with that all being said, honey. Okay, so with that all being said, I find it all very interesting. Now, for a moment before I roll out of here, we got to talk about Diddy and Cassie. I see some information just came out, so we're going to talk about that real quick. And I want to tell you all about Terrence Howard, what he's up to. Okay, Panther Strike said, Queen, this has got to be the rant of all rants you've shown us. Who could top this? Okay, exactly. Okay, she went all in. Okay, and when she started praying, okay, that just almost took me up out of here. Okay, so with that all being said, hope you all enjoyed the show. Now let's talk about the Diddler and Terrence Howard, honey, because y'all, first off, let's talk about Diddy. We'll get to Terrence in a minute. Okay, so it has come to my attention that here's what they say, exclusive. Okay, Diddy demands ex-Cassie Ventura turn over her memoir. Now, I told you all this yesterday. I reported it. You heard it here first. And why did I tell you all that I believe that he wants Cassie to turn over the memoir? Because I told you all, he wants to trip her up, catch her in lies. He wants to see if the same story she's going to tell during trial is the same story she's put in that book. He wants to try to figure out if she's already told some lies, as far as to what she's told the feds and what's being printed in that book. And guess what? So here's what they're now saying. Exclusive. Diddy demands ex-Cassie Ventura turn over her memoir to discredit her. Didn't I tell y'all? And it's revealed jurors will see his baby oil stashed that was seized during the Florida raid, honey. They're going to see all that nefarious baby oil and Astroglide, all 1,000 bottles, okay? I find it all interesting. Now, with that all being said, here's the scoop. Diddy's legal team is demanding that his ex Cassie Ventura hand over documents related to the memoir that she allegedly wrote about the disgraced rap mogul. Court documents filed earlier this month revealed the disgraced hip-hop mogul's lawyers are seeking any documents related to a book being written by Ventura, as Judge Aaron Subramanian is set to hear both sides' key arguments today before the trial's opening statements kick off on May the 12th. Hold on, let me just cut the music off. Hold on, I can stop the music now. Okay, so with that all being said, very interesting. Now, Diddy hopes that the memoir will provide a different story from what she has provided the government that undermines her allegations that he subjected her to years of rape and abuse. But Ventura's lawyers are resisting the request to hand it over, calling the defense's subpoena that was sent to her on March the 19th a fishing expedition. Okay, so meanwhile, the prosecution submitted a motion on Thursday revealing the physical evidence taken from his Miami and Los Angeles homes during raids last year, including items for use during freak-offs or sex parties that could be shown to the jury. Now, this includes Diddy's baby oil stash. His victims shockingly claimed that he would use an entire bottle of it in less than 5 minutes during sex. Honey, I have a whole lot of questions. What the hell you need a whole bottle of baby oil for? Anybody got answers? What in the hell does Diddy need a whole bottle of baby oil for during X within 5 minutes? Say what now? Can anybody tell me why you would need that much oil in 5 minutes, okay, or less? Anybody want to come clean? A whole bottle? First of all, you're not supposed to be using baby oil during sex. That's for number one. You can get all kinds of infections. Why would you do it? Okay, now maybe putting it in the back door, I guess you could do that because, you know, that's full of toxins anyway. But I'm just saying, this is all crazy. DJ Six, Big Six says you can't spray that quick. Spray? What kind of baby oil are you talking about, beloved? You pour it. You don't spray it. Truth Brown said, Diddy making demands from jail? Oh, yes, of course he is. Okay, of course he is, honey. Claudette said, no clue. Pretty Wing says, slippery bodies. This all sounds nefarious to the queen. Okay, Dorada said, Sugar Smacks in the Tin Man. Slide some oil to me. Said he's the Tin Man. Dorada said, Sugar Smacks is the Tin Man. He said, slide some oil to me. Oh, hell no. And then above all that drama said, ashy bussy-itis. Oh, my goodness. OG Patrice said, I hope he wasn't using it as a lube. That's nefarious. Oh. Reggie said, hold on, this should be illegal. Reggie said he ain't talking about the oil queen. Okay, DJ Big Six, he said you want to talk about the oil. Okay, Reggie, I caught you. DJ Big Six said, I mean squirt. This is all. I'm not even going to ask for context with that, DJ Big Six. I'm afraid to. Okay, this is all drastic. Okay. Hold on. Okay, Panther Strike says, a little sweat ain't never hurt nobody. Who the hell needs baby oil in that much? And for what part of the body? Honey, I hope not the vajayjay. That's what I hope, okay? Because if you're putting it down there, honey, you're going to be going to the doctor, okay, to get you some kind of cream or something. Okay, let me continue. This is all getting off track. Okay, so anyway, it said he would use it. Listen to how they wrote it. It's the shade of it all for me. They said that includes Diddy's baby oil stash. His victims shockingly claimed he would use an entire bottle of it in less than 5 minutes during sex. Not they shockingly claimed. Woo, honey, if I were sitting there getting ready to do the do, and somebody walks up with a whole bottle of oil and squirts it all out in 5 minutes, honey, I'm out of there real quick. What the hell's going on here? What are you up to? This is not right. Woo, honey, this is drastic, okay? Anyway, let me continue. Now, listen, I hate the chat's not going to be on here so everybody can see they're on the replay. They can see all these darn laughing emojis. Y'all are rotten. Okay, so anyway, meanwhile, the prosecution submitted a motion on Thursday revealing the physical evidence taken from his Miami and Los Angeles homes during raids last year. Okay, so anyway, this is all crazy. They're going to see all Diddy's oil and just know all his business. I just want y'all to think about this for a minute. We get our laugh on it. We laugh and we talk about Diddy's nefariousness. But just think about if you, God forbid, if you should ever find yourself in a precarious position such as this, where you have to waltz up into an entire courtroom, sit there on the witness stand, and give testimony as to shenanigans that you did behind closed doors that you thought never anyone would know about, nor would you ever have to mention in public. Okay? Oh, this is all crazy, honey. I could never. They would have to hold me in contempt, honey. And I tell you what, if they got me up on the witness stand and said, Queen Ahmadiyyah, we need you to tell us, okay, what was going on with all those bottles of oil and what were you doing? Honey, they would have to hold me in contempt because I would not say anything, honey. Okay, matter of fact, I would just fake a heart attack or something so that I can get carried up out of there. I'd have a medical emergency real quick. All of a sudden, honey, because who couldn't do it is me, okay? Please pay attention. All right, I could not do any of it. Jaguar Wright said, Queen, you're going to be running out of there like Scooby-Doo, okay? Honey, I'd be going so quick, it'll make your head spin. Please pay attention, okay? Oh, honey. So Deborah says, did you all hear? Johnson & Johnson says their stocks went down since Diddy's gone. Not went down? This is all crazy. Claudette said, backing that thing up, all so nefarious. Not backing it up. What? Y'all are crazy, honey. Reggie said, can you imagine all those bottles in live open court like a smoking gun? Child, I do not want to even think about it, Reggie. This is all crazy. Okay? This is all crazy, honey. They better have medics on standby because all these questions they're going to be asking, honey, Cassie might just go into early labor. This is all a hot mess. All hell no said he cannot claim ash because he was always glistening. Oh, DJ Big Six said baby oil has a stigma now. Okay, honey, nobody wants to use it. Please pay attention. Even babies don't want to use it. They're going to have to change the name and everything. Okay. So anyway, Diddy's trial is set to kick off on May the 5th with jury selection on May the 12th. Opening arguments begin. Now, I'm going to see if I can reach out to Mark Agnifilo or Tini Garagos. I would probably have a better chance trying to reach out to Brian Steele, seeing as how he's here in Atlanta, and I can get in touch with him a whole lot quicker, I would assume. But I'm going to see if I can write for free. I'm not even going to charge them, but I'm going to see if I can actually write their opening statements, okay? Because this is all crazy. Anyway, let me in on the action is all I'm saying. Now, the 55-year-old whose real name is Shaun Diddy Combs has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The judge is holding a hearing at court in New York on Friday to resolve a number of matters at the trial. Okay, so anyway, honey, this is all a hot mess. And so as I told you all, the motions got denied. And I'm pretty sure at this point, he's not going to get the memoir from Cassie. I don't think they're going to let him get that. I don't think he's going to be able to get that. And why would he? Like, Diddy, please sit down somewhere, okay? Please sit down somewhere. And here's the thing. Even if he wants to try to use that against Cassie, well, Cassie could easily have some of that stuff taken out and then send it to him. I mean, who's to say she couldn't at the end of the day? But Deborah says, people saying you can use baby oil on me as long as Diddy ain't around. Okay, this is all crazy. Above all that drama said Aaron Hall is a surprise witness along with his puppy snacks. you know what? What if that were the case? Because, you know, some of these people have flipped on Diddy. Some of his co-conspirators have clearly flipped on him, and they're cooperating with the feds, and they're going to get in there, walk in there, and testify against him. But keep in mind what I told you all, that it has come from a very reliable source, okay? That, this is all alleged. I can't substantiate it, but it's come from a very reliable source to my attention, that some of these S workers, and y'all know I already told y'all this months ago, but some of the S workers have flipped from the state to Diddy, okay? And they're going to be testifying on Diddy's behalf. I told y'all that was going to happen because these people are not going to sit up there, some of them anyway, are not going to sit up there and admit to SA or Grape, because that's what they'd be admitting to if they said that they had relations with Cassie without her consent and because Diddy told them to. Okay, that's going to make them look bad, even though they're not going to get prosecuted for it because they're likely not going to be indicted or whatever. But the point is, they still don't want to have that stigma, and who would? Okay, Aaron Hall told on himself so he wouldn't have any problem telling on Diddy. Exactly. We already know he runs his mouth on. He was all on Vlad. He did what every black person that goes on Vlad does, snitches on himself. He sure did. He called that girl a puppy, Gloria Valez, or whatever her name is, his baby's mom. Yeah, he admitted that she was underage when he was dealing with her. That's what he said. He called her a puppy. Okay? Called her a puppy. Reg said, can't wait for the trial to start. I'm watching every minute. Oh, I know you're going to watch every minute, honey, because this channel is going to be reporting on it every minute. Okay, I told you guys, I already have my people positioned to be up in their courtroom. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention. I already got my folks positioned to be up in there. And that's facts on facts. So with that all being said, Reg said, I hope Jonathan Oddie is one of them. He just might be. And that's what I've been wondering too. Okay, that's what I've been wondering too. Now, they haven't come out and said so yet, but I would not be surprised because he is the first person to admit that he was an SEX slave. That's the words he used. He considered himself a slave. And also, you already know that they likely talked to Jonathan Oddie because Jonathan Oddie is the first one who also talked about the hip-hop industry, how they were doing the trafficking, the illegal substances, and the alcohol, wanting people to binge drink. That's why he hooked up with the deal for Ciroc, with Diageo. He's already said all this stuff in 2018. Okay, and who knows what else he knows. And he also has already said that he had relations with Cassie and Diddy 15 different times and was paid to do so, and that Diddy gave him those P's. And I'm not talking about his P's, I'm talking about her P's. And he said he sued Diddy and won. So now I don't know if that's true, but that's what the man said. So we're going to see how all of this, and you know why I think that Jonathan Oddie might be one of the people that testify? Because remember about a month or so ago, I believe it was, how they said that Diddy was accused of giving somebody an STI. Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Or gave him an STD? Do y'all remember that? They were saying Diddy was accused of giving somebody something. Who came out and publicly said that they sued him and won? Jonathan Oddie. So, you know, pay attention, okay? That might be who it is. All right, so anyway, yeah, Star Child said, yep, Jonathan Oddie said DJ Khaled and Rick Ross was G-A-Y. Yep, he sure did say we all heard it. Okay, we all heard it. So with that all being said, listen, I love you all to life. I got to tell y'all about Terrence Howard. I almost forgot. Okay, let's talk about Terrence before we roll out of here, honey. Hold on. So here's the thing. Terrence Howard, this is alleged, but it has come to my attention as of today. Let me just pull this up real quick so y'all don't think the Queen's lying, honey, because y'all know people be out here telling lies on these YouTube streets, making up stories, okay, and all that. So I'm going to let y'all see this. But this is the word on the curb. This is the word on the curb about Terrence Howard. Now, Linda says, also remember he tried to sue Diddy a while back, so I'm sure he'd voluntarily go against Diddy. Yes, especially if Diddy gave him those P's like he claims, beloved. I agree. Gwendolyn says, word on the street is Jonathan is to testify. Wig had him dead. Oh yeah, wig number 2. Now let's not get our wigs mixed up. Wig number 2 did say that he died December of 2023, I think it was. Wig knew she was lying when she said it, okay? Now, with that all being said, Deborah said Terrence is sus to me. Why are y'all saying this man is sus? Y'all need to stop. People, stop right here, okay? Terrence Howard, why is that man sus to you all of a sudden, beloved? Because that man all of a sudden came out and said Diddy tried something with him and he didn't fall for it. So now since he said that, came out and admitted that, which he could have kept it all to himself, so now you think he's sus? I find it interesting. See, that's what y'all need to stop doing. Y'all need to stop doing that, okay? Because y'all don't have any reason to suspect that man of anything. Y'all don't have any reason to suspect that man of anything. That's when people, see, this is what makes people not want to tell y'all stuff. Because people tell y'all stuff and y'all run with it. Just anticipate that Terrence just keeps real. I agree. Why would he even bring the story up if he was? Don't you think that if he was really that way on the DL or whatever, he just wouldn't say anything? Why you got to think that about Terrence? Because Terrence is pretty. He's one of those pretty dudes. I mean, just in my opinion. Now, with that all being said, here's the skinny. Here's the fat and skinny of it all. Let me share my screen so y'all can see this. Terrence Howard sitting up here looking like DJ from Hustle and Flow. Please pay attention. All right, y'all see this? And now pay attention. It was reported today by the Neighborhood Watch or the Neighborhood Talk. It says, y'all want it? Terrence Howard plans to expose Hollywood on his new podcast. Okay? Empire, CAA, Fox, and Disney are on his list. Studios, nightmare, and every actor's wet dream, honey. So guess what? Looks like Terrence might be the new Jaguar, honey, because he's about to tell it all. Please pay attention. Okay, Terrence said he's about to spill all the tea. I will be tuned in. I would definitely be tuned in. Okay, RG Titan said, Alexa, play Whoop That Trick. Whoop That Trick. Okay, OG Patrice said, I met Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson on the set of Empire. I was an extra. He was cool. He sat at the table and ate lunch with us. Taraji was rude as F. Oh, really? I'm so glad you told me that. How did I guess? Okay, because, you know, I felt like she was like that just from some things I've heard from her. I actually saw a video someone posted maybe a month or so ago, too, where she was outside and somebody tried to say something to her and she had a whole attitude. But, you know, it's funny that you said that Terrence ate lunch with you all because somebody else told me a similar story or I read it somewhere. But I swear somebody else said that Terrence Howard sat and ate lunch with them, okay, when they were filming something. And I was like, Terrence must be cool. So y'all know Terrence blasphemy on this channel. Linda said Terrence is all man. He's a handsome masculine man. Yes, he is. Okay. Terrence is he exudes masculinity in my opinion. Okay, because I think I have a gaydar. I can tell when somebody got a little zest going on or whatever, even if they try to hide it. Okay, I can really tell it. Now Reggie says y'all know he ain't worked since Empire. I'm sure he had stories like Demond Wilson. Exactly. Now Demond Wilson, he told some stories, honey. Then that was juicy too. Star Chell said, Taraji is rude. Oh, I thought she might be cool. I saw her do something that I thought was a little rude. I mean, I still like her though, but some people just don't want to be bothered with y'all. Like for real. Some people just don't want to be bothered with y'all. Now, let me just say, if I were famous, would I want to be bothered? Well, it depends. It depends on what I'm doing. Now, if I'm sitting somewhere eating and stuff in my face, please don't come bother me. I don't like being bothered when I'm eating. Okay, that's a no-no. I mean, I'll speak to you, but don't come up when I'm trying to eat. Wait till I'm done. Okay, then you can get a picture or whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, I have to agree with Deronda. Deronda said, even Marcel and Terrence look a whole lot of, honey, they ain't the same person. No, I'm joking. But they very much so do look alike. They very much so do. Easy said, Queen, do that gaydar twerk again. What? Did I just do a twerk? I didn't even notice it. I mean, I'm doing too much. I definitely didn't mean to do a twerk. Okay. Queen, you already famous, beloved, Ed said, this I am. Thank you, honey. Is that what y'all call it? No, you know, in all honesty, people do know me when I go places, so I guess I am. I consider myself locally famous. Now, if I went to Africa, would they recognize me? No, clearly not, okay? So Gwendolyn says, Queen, you look like you can read people. Yeah, I absolutely can. I absolutely can, beloved. Okay, so Terry Hinton said Terrence has a violent past against his former relationships. Well, you know, that is alleged. Do we have proof? Some of these women be lying. Okay, I know they said, now I know one thing. I know one lady said that Terrence, honey, let me tell y'all something. This is what you see, this is what I want y'all to pay attention to. Was Terrence violence? Or was Terrence just one of those toxic masculinity? You know, because hey, here's the thing. Now, a little toxic masculinity ain't so bad if you ask me. Let's talk about it. For example, is Terrence the kind of man that lets somebody talk crazy to him? I don't think so. Now, I do recall an incident where this woman, I think it was his ex-wife, or maybe they were married at the time or whatever, but she did something or said something that Terrence wasn't feeling. And so she said, she called 911, I think, but she said something, let me look it up real quick. She said Terrence threatened to come over and kick down the door. Well, you know, that's just a little thuggish, ruckish bone behavior if you ask me, honey. He said he was going to come up there, hold on, and kick down the door. Let's look into it. He can't be having no serious charges because, honey, if he did, they'd have done him like they're doing Jonathan Major. Okay? Here it is right here. Terrence Howard admits, he admitted it. That's what it says in 2015. Terrence Howard admits hitting ex-wife. He said, I lost my mind and slapped her in front of the kids. Well, you know, we shouldn't be surprised because at the end of the day, Terrence did play a whole pimp in Hustle and Flow, and you know, pimps have been known to slap a bite. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, D Major says, well, that's not toxic masculinity. That's sticking up for yourself. Right, true, it is. But slapping a bitch, like he claims that he did, they're saying Terrence admitted to it. Let's get the whole story. This is all nefarious. Terrence has faced numerous allegations of violence against his two ex-wives, and now he's admitted to hitting at least one of them. Okay, in a new interview with Rolling Stone, Howard expressed his contrition for a 2001 incident during which he allegedly punched his wife, Lori McCormick. Is she white? Because I don't know any black people named Lori. But anyway, let me continue. Says that she was talking to me real strong. See, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you he looked like one of them people who's not going to let you talk crazy to him, male or female. He's not having it. But anyway, that's no excuse for punching. But I'm just telling you, I could see it a mile away. So he says, she was talking real strong to me and I lost my mind and slapped her in front of the kids. Okay, he was arrested following the incident. Her lawyer said it was a closed fist, but even slapping her was wrong. The police report also notes that Howard punched her twice with a closed fist. Honey, punching a broad out. Terrence Howard, this is all too much. Now, as for his second wife, Michelle Gantz, Howard was accused in a lawsuit that she filed of beating her severely in 2013 in Costa Rica. So, according to the lawsuit, Howard followed Gantz into the restroom of the rental house and punched her on the left side of her face. Howard also grabbed her by the neck and pushed her against the bathroom wall and strangled her for several seconds. Now, here's what I want the men to do. Men, just for optics and just to see how the women respond, when I'm telling you what Terrence did, I want you all to ask these women in the chat, well, what did she do? Because that's one thing that women do that I don't like. When a woman does something low down to a man, like with this stuff, what I'm reading right here, when it's on the other foot, I always see women, specifically black women, saying, well, what did he do? It doesn't matter what he did. You don't get to put your hands on anybody, whether a male or female. If somebody ticks you out to that degree, you need to just leave. I'm not going to sit up here and fight you. I'm not going to put my hands on you. Maybe the younger me would. But I'm not going to put my hands on somebody unless they put their hands on me. There's nothing you could say to make me mad enough to make me want to put hands on you, except unless your name is Wig 3, Madgie the Black Owl. I want her to pull up so I can give her a 2-piece. She looks hungry. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that all being said, I'm joking. But anyway, goes on to say, Howard responds to these allegations as well as the Rolling Stone interview. Said she was trying to mace me and you can't see anything. So all you can do is try to bat somebody away. And I think that something caught her, but I wasn't trying to hit her. Howard's relationship with the current wife, Mira Pack, also appears to be conflicted. Pack, the mother of Howard's son, Quirin, I think that's how you say it, is present and affectionate throughout most of the interview, and Howard remarks of the relationship, saying that when you meet your one, it's completely balanced. It's a good wife. Strangely, Pac reportedly separated from Howard in 2014 and earlier this year filed for a divorce, which is expected to be finalized soon. Terrence, I think you might be whooping A's and taking names because you can't keep a wife. Now, beyond the idiosyncrasies, not idiosyncrasies, of his love life, Howard also reveals his obsession with a new form of logic that he calls teriology, based on his belief that one times one equals two, not one, a theory that the article doesn't explain. Okay, I'm not going to get into all of that. So anyway, okay, well, he admitted to it. So, but here's the thing. This is how you know they have selective outrage. Them and y'all. And by them, I mean the media and Hollywood. Because how come Terrence Howard never got canceled for any of this? He literally admitted to it. And he didn't get canceled because I don't even remember all of this. I do remember hearing some whispers about one of the women said that she called 911 because he threatened to come over and knock down that door and whip her arse. Okay. Now, I didn't say if she did it from what I remember, if he did it or not, but said he threatened to. But so now he's admitted to this, and this has been known since 2015. It just makes me wonder, how come he never got canceled? And they're so willing to cancel Jonathan Adi. Why do y'all think that is? Why do y'all think that is? I have questions. Truth Brown said, not Terrence out here going DJ Hustle and Flow. Okay. Is that how he played that role so damn good? That's what I'm trying to say. That's what it sounds like. Reggie said his wife is Asian, I believe. Okay. DJ Big Six said he might be part of the chosen group. Something's afoot. Okay, clearly. Nicole says sometimes they can't turn off the actor side at home. This is true. This is true. And what do they call that? They call that the Tupac syndrome. That's what they call that. Did y'all know that? Because they say that when Tupac played in Juice, he literally became bishop. That's what they said. That he literally became bishop. To me, he was always bishop. To me, he was always bishop. But anyway, I digress. Well, I'm not going to say he was always bishop because I don't want y'all to take that the wrong way. I'm not saying he was nefarious out here doing dirt. What I'm saying is he always had an element of thugness about him. He was always somebody who wouldn't take no mess. Okay, you're not going to talk crazy and disrespect him and think that's just going to be the end of it. He's going to stand up for himself. And, you know, let's not forget that Tupac shot those two officers who were beating that black man. He didn't know they were officers. They had on plain clothes or whatever, but turns out they were dead wrong for what they were doing. Okay, and he got into it to protect the man, and that's why he beat the charges. That's the kind of person he was. At the end of the day, how many of you can say that you ever saw someone being mistreated and you stepped in and intervened, risking your own freedom because you could have gotten locked up? How many of y'all can say it? How many of y'all can say it? Now, y'all already know I told y'all about that incident when Derwin Brown, sheriff-elect, who's now been assassinated, unfortunately, may he rest in peace. But I told y'all that incident that happened when they jumped that guy at the Steak and Shake, and me and my friend Heather was in the car, and I got out and took off my coat, and she was like, girl, what are you doing? I said, I'm about to help his ass, and that's what I did, because what you're not going to do is I'm not going to sit here and watch y'all jump this dude, okay? It was one dude fighting one big dude. He was a little dude fighting a big dude who hit him in the face for no reason other than he was mad because they were not serving any more food, and then these three broads that were with him got out and jumped in. Oh, no, that's what we're not going to do because y'all's boyfriend's getting beat up because he was big and he thought he was all this, that, and the third and got body slammed by the little dude. Now he's losing. So they all went and jumped in it. And so I got it and jumped in it too. Now, fortunately, when the police were called, because they were, the manager called the cops and the cops showed up. And luckily, one of them was a cop that I knew very well. And that was Sheriff-elect Derwin Brown because, of course, that was before he was Sheriff-elect. That was months down the road. But anyway. He was like, Queen, what are you doing out here? And so I told him what happened or whatever. So I was free to go. But the rest of them, those hood rats, they went to jail. They all got locked up, them and the dude that was with them, as they should have, thugs. Anyway, that all been said. Yeah, I can't just watch stuff like that go down. Well, you know, now I can watch stuff like that go down because it's not my business, honey. I'm too old to be trying to sit up here and try to get, you know, fighting for somebody else these days, honey, okay? Now, if I have Smith & Wesson, and I have to help you. That's a different story. But I'm not going to be out there, you know, fighting all these different people at once. I don't have time for that. It's too much. Okay. I'm not my old youthful self. Please pay attention. Okay. That was like 20 something years ago. Okay. Hold on. Oh, hell no. I said, oh, hell no. I said, not thuggish, ruggish broads. Have mercy. Woo, honey. Y'all, let me tell y'all something, honey. The queen used to box, baby, and I used to win, okay? So I didn't have any problem throwing them hands. I still don't have a problem throwing these hands, but what I'm saying is, if it's not my business and it's a person I don't even know, I'm not doing that anymore. Back then, I was just wild. I do, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be, like, I don't know if I thought I was a superhero or just felt compelled or whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm not doing that anymore, okay? Now, if I know you and I see you getting jumped, that's a different story. But that was somebody, I didn't even know that dude. I just saw that he was getting jumped, okay, for no good reason. So got out to help. Truth Brown said, QueenAShakur for real about that life. And a Pisces too. Queen don't play. I really don't. I truly don't. Thank you, beloved. Okay. Y'all know how Pisces are. All right. That's why I like Tasha K. I don't care what y'all say about Tasha K. I love Tasha K. Please sit down somewhere. Okay. Lillian exit Queen wasn't having it that day. Okay. So anyway, with that all been said, listen, I'm about to be up out of here. Y'all have taken up enough of my time. What? I've been on here 2.5 hours? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. It's Friday? Honey. Oh, no. Absolutely not. I'm out of here real quick. Okay? Gwendolyn says, see, my son and his crew would never allow any ninja to hit me or his sister. Exactly, honey. Okay? All right. The Inkwell said, girl, you sound like my departed mother. She would wild out to help someone, okay? May she rest in peace, beloved. My condolences. Yeah, some people just don't play. This I am saying, Petty LaBelle has been busy, still is. I am scared of her as I will hide somewhere from her. Why is everybody else something scared of the queen, honey? Okay, not Petty LaBelle. Y'all know that is my nickname. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, DSB says, stay blessed, Queen and family in the chat. Thank you, beloved, and the same to you, and thank you for all your contributions to the channel, okay? And thank you for those of you who send me gifts to my P.O. Box, Cash App, Super Chats, who have memberships and all the things that you all do. I love you all to life, okay? I really, really appreciate you all. And listen, I'm going to post something for the members only on this channel in the morning or sometime tomorrow. Let me not lie and say in the morning because I might not even be up. But I'm going to post something on here, okay? And we will have a live, too, tomorrow, okay, early tomorrow. But that all being said, and look for me and Too Strong to do something because we're likely going to do a video tomorrow or Saturday. Okay, I don't know when it'll be posted, but so y'all look for that and make sure you're following him if you haven't been. Okay. Black Pearl, thank you for the super chat, super sticker donation, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so listen, I love y'all to life. Next Friday, we're going to be back at it with the trivia. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to set something up. We're going to be giving away some prizes or whatever. And you know, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I might have to bite off Tasha K because Tasha K had that talent show, and that was funny as hell. Now, let me ask y'all something. And she was giving away some money. Now, I'm not going to be giving away all that cash like she was giving away, honey, because Tasha K got big bags, bigger than the Queen's bag. But I will give y'all a few dollars. Now, here's the question. Who would get in the talent show if I had one? One's in the chat. Now, see what Tasha K is doing. She's getting people to go on tour with her for her comedy stuff in 2026. So that's what she's really recruiting for. This isn't going to be for y'all to go on tour. I'm not taking y'all artists nowhere because y'all don't know how to act. But, however, if we have a talent thing on here, people can get up here, sing, rap, whatever, do spoken word, whatever you want to do. And then I'll give you all nice prizes, yes. But here's the thing. Who would participate in that? One's in the chat if you would participate in that or know somebody who would. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Gwendolyn said she enjoyed herself. I'm glad you did, beloved. Okay. Freddie says, sounds like a copycat. It is a copycat. I just said I'm going to bite off Tasha K. What else would you call it? At least I can own up to it. Okay, at the end of the day, and here's the thing, ours is going to be just like hers, but that's where I got the idea from. So would you know if I didn't tell you? Probably not. Okay, so that's different. All right, see, at least I shouted her out, honey. Some people copy people's talking points and stuff, and they don't shout you out. They act like it's their ideas and they originated and came up with it, honey. I always give credit where it's due. So with that all being said, I think I made myself clear. Now again, how many people want to be in it? Okay. Vince I Am said it was international, I'll participate. Of course it's international. Anybody that's on the channel can participate, okay? And, you know, it might not be exactly that, but it's going to be something fun because here's the thing, honey. We've been giving away stuff on this channel. So really, we ain't copying nothing because at the end of the day, we've been giving away stuff on this channel. We've had Jeopardy. We've had the trivia. What else did we have, y'all? We had Family Feud. Okay, we give away stuff on these channels anyway. We've been doing this for like 3 years. Okay, please miss me with it. Now, we're just going to switch up the game a little bit, and we might have some talent on here. Okay, DJ Big Six said, can I be a judge? Of course you can, honey. Let me write you down real quick. Yes, you sure can. Yes, you can. Somebody talking about sound like a copycat. Yeah, that's pretty much when I say I'm going to bite off of someone. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, so anyway, Natasha's not gonna mind, honey, so please sit down somewhere. All right, so that all being said, Truth Brown said, me too, Queen, can I be a judge? Okay, let me write down Truth Brown and DJ Big Six. Okay, I already got my 2 judges. We only need about 2 or 3. Okay, with that all being said, One Who Cares said I'd be a judge. Okay, now, does anybody have any actual talents? Does anybody have any actual talents? I'm just wondering. Everybody wanted to be a judge. Who's going to get up here and perform for us to judge anything? Okay. How about some? All hell no, said this is going to be crazy. Okay. Sierra said, y'all know I asked first. Y'all are a hot mess. Okay. So I see some people saying they're putting one, they'll participate. Okay. So here's the thing. Listen. We might have like spoken word one week, okay? We might have something else another week, but it's going to be a competition and we're going to be giving away prizes like we always do. Juju B has been asking the queen to start back with the trivia because Juju likes to win those prizes, okay? Because Juju know that he wins, he's won quite a few times. Reggie said he'll be an alternate, okay? Now, with that all been said, listen, don't no damn body else ask to be no judge, okay? We got enough judges, okay? Everybody want to be a judge and nobody wants to participate. What, y'all don't have any talent? Y'all better start recruiting if that's the case. Buckhurst DC said, I know I got talent, no food. Buckhurst DC, yeah, I know you have a talent, but I'm afraid to ask what it is exactly. Okay, I'm afraid to ask what it is, okay? So anyway, listen, I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this night. Enjoy your strong end, not the weekend, leaving you in a weakened state of mind, okay? Remember, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Okay? And until next time, I will talk to you all again soon. Don't forget, live tomorrow, okay? In the afternoon, probably around lunchtime, okay? And I'll talk to you all again soon. All right, with that all being said. And remember, beloveds, remember to keep the Most High first in your life. Remember to have conversations with God. Talk to the Most High. Okay, don't tell your problems to people who are going to get mad at you and then run and tell all your business all over the internet and to other people that don't even like you or align themselves with your enemies when you piss them off. Okay, if you have something you need to speak on and you don't know whom to share it with the Most High. Go give it to God, honey. Talk to the Most High because he can fix it if nobody else can. Okay, just remember that. All right. Anyway, with that all being said, honey, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest
this right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got